All right, beautiful Aries souls, gather your fire. Are you ready to hear something that will shake the very ground you stand on, but in the most profoundly empowering way imaginable? Because the cosmos is sending a seismic wave of truth directly your way. And if you're tuning in, I know you can already feel the tremors. We need to talk about a lie. No, not a small, insignificant fib told to spare someone's feelings. We are talking about a grand, meticulously constructed deception, a fortress of falsehood that has been built stone by stone, right in the heart of your reality. And the most electrifying part of all this, your soul already knows. That fiery, gut-level Aries intuition, that inner warrior's instinct you were born with, has been sounding the battle horn, sending up flares of warning that you've been trying so valiantly to ignore. You've been pushing it down because the thought that someone you placed your trust in, someone you championed, would be capable of such a profound betrayal, it felt impossible. But the time for pretending, my dear friends, is over. The universe is about to turn up the lights. This coming weekend is not just another weekend. It is a cosmic reckoning, a moment where the veils are torn away, bringing truths you've been skillfully avoiding directly into the light. And if you don't prepare your spirit for this revelation, the shockwave could knock you off your feet. I'm not speaking of vague feelings or hazy premonitions. I am talking about solid, undeniable information that is destined to find you between this Friday and Sunday. It could be a conversation. You accidentally overhear a series of messages that fall into your lap, as if by cosmic design, or a pattern of strange, evasive behavior that can no longer be masked. Someone in your orbit is about to have their mask shatter, and when it does, you will see with blinding clarity that the signs, the red flags, the gut feelings, they were there all along. You simply chose the warrior's path of optimism, choosing to see the best in them because the truth felt too heavy to carry. Now, before we dive into the heart of this cosmic firestorm, if you are feeling that stirring in your soul right now, that sense of, yes, something has felt off, do me a favor. Let me know in the comments below if you've been battling with your intuition lately. And if you haven't already subscribed to Astrology Unlocked right now and turn on those notifications. The events of this weekend are just the beginning of a massive transformation, and you will need a trusted guide to help you navigate the powerful next steps. We are in this together. What I am about to reveal to you today is the celestial battle plan your soul needs. It's the sacred knowledge that will allow you to shield your magnificent energy, protect your heart, and maintain your sovereign peace during this critical game-changing weekend. I'm going to illuminate who is behind this deception, why they felt the need to construct it, and most crucially, what your wisest, most powerful move is when the truth finally comes crashing down. Because how you choose to react in that moment, Aries, will define everything. It will determine whether you rise from this experience forged in fire, stronger and more discerning than ever before, or whether you allow the poison of betrayal to quench your magnificent inner flame. So take a deep breath. Are you ready to finally face the truth that your warrior's spirit has known all along, but that your trusting heart has been trying so hard to deny? Let's be brutally honest. There is a performance being staged in your life, a role being played by someone you welcomed into your inner circle. And this performance has been so convincing, so masterfully rehearsed, that even you, with your incredible, almost psychic ability to sense inauthenticity, were momentarily charmed. This individual crafted a persona, a version of themselves they knew you would respond to. Perhaps they mirrored your strength, your passion, your loyalty. They built this character specifically to earn your trust, to bask in the warmth of your energy, maybe even to capture your love. And you, in your beautiful, open-hearted Aries way, you believed in it. This does not mean you are naive. Let's get that straight right now. An Aries is never truly naive. You are, however, an optimist. You are a believer in potential, a champion of the underdog, and your default setting is to trust until given a concrete reason not to. You believed in this person because you wanted to. You chose to because they offered something that resonated with a need or a desire within you, and you made the conscious choice to silence the warning bells that your intuition was ringing. Think back. Weren't there small inconsistencies, little stories that didn't quite add up under scrutiny, a subtle shift in their energy, depending on who else was in the room? You have been a master at rationalizing these moments, at building logical bridges over the gaps in their narrative, all to maintain the beautiful illusion you wanted to believe in. But this weekend, my friend, the illusion is set to detonate. The truth will erupt with the force of a volcano in a way that will make any further denial impossible. For the fiery Aries souls born between March 21st and March 31st, this lie is likely connected to your resources, your career, or your forward momentum. Someone may be taking credit for your brilliant ideas, using your generosity to fund their own agenda, or actively creating obstacles in your path while pretending to be your biggest cheerleader. They have been benefiting from your drive while hiding the true nature of their parasitic connection. For those of you born between April 1st and April 10th, the betrayal strikes closer to home. It is deeply emotional and relational. Someone has been presenting a false front in your personal life, perhaps living a double life or hiding secrets that stand in stark opposition to the image of loyalty and devotion they project directly to you. This is about a betrayal of the heart. And for my powerful Aries, born between April 11th and April 19th, the lie is about your identity, your reputation, or your creative fire. Someone may be subtly undermining your confidence, spreading misinformation about you, or trying to diminish your light out of jealousy, all while wearing the mask of a supportive friend or ally. But regardless of which of these cosmic camps you fall into, the underlying pattern is identical. Someone has taken the pure gold of your trust and has been using it as a weapon against you. And please hear this loud and clear. The revelation that is barreling towards you this weekend is no cosmic accident. It is not a punishment. It is happening now because you have finally reached a level of inner strength and self-awareness where you can handle this truth without being utterly consumed by it. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, does not expose devastating lies to souls who are not ready to face the reality. Can you feel that deep down? Can you sense that there is a higher, more profound reason this truth is choosing to surface right at this very moment? Now, Aries, let's talk about the sacred fire that burns within you, because it is both your greatest gift and, in moments like this, your most profound challenge. What worries me most about what's coming is your natural instinctual tendency to react with explosive, righteous fury. When an Aries discovers a betrayal, the first impulse is not to retreat or to plot a cold revenge. It is to confront. It is to charge headfirst into battle, to call out the injustice with a roar of indignation, to burn the entire fraudulent structure to the ground in a blaze of glory. But listen to me carefully. That is not the path to your true power in this situation. That path, the path of pure, unbridled reaction, only leads to exhaustion, bitterness, and a scorched earth reality that will ultimately hurt you far more than the original betrayal ever could. What I need you to anchor into your soul before this weekend arrives is this sacred truth. The lie you are about to uncover says absolutely nothing about your worth, your intelligence, or your judgment. It says everything about the weakness, the fear, and the moral bankruptcy of the person who chose to deceive you. You were not foolish for trusting, my friend. You were courageous. You were open. You were brave enough to lead with your heart. And the person who violated that sacred trust bears the entire weight and responsibility for that breach. Do not, under any circumstances, allow someone else's shadow to dim your light. Do not let their betrayal turn you into a cynical, suspicious person who is afraid to lead with that beautiful, trusting heart ever again. This is your cosmic initiation. Use this revelation as an opportunity to sharpen your instincts, not to dismantle them. The truth is, you always knew. At some primal energetic level, your Aries spirit registered every single warning sign, but your magnificent heart chose to give them the benefit of the doubt. You chose to believe in the best version of their story, and there is absolutely zero shame in that. It means you still have faith in humanity. It means you believe that people can rise above their darkest impulses. That quality in this world is more precious and rare than any diamond. Do not lose it because of someone who was never worthy of being in the presence of your authentic fire. This weekend, as the truth is revealed, you are going to move through several distinct emotional phases. First will come the shock, the cold, hard impact of reality, even if a part of you was expecting it. Then, hot on its heels, will come the anger. And for an Aries, this anger will be a wildfire, a righteous, all-consuming, and powerful force. Close behind that anger will be the impulse for immediate action, the overwhelming urge to confront, to expose, to make that person face the consequences of what they have done. And finally, my dear friend, if you can hold your ground, if you can breathe through the firestorm, a cool, clear, and potent clarity will descend upon you. A clarity that will show you with absolute precision what you need to do next. It is only from this final stage, the stage of crystal clear clarity, that you must make your move. Not in the white-hot heat of anger, not in the impulsive rush to battle, but in the calm, powerful certainty that comes after the emotional storm has passed. It is in that space that you can see the situation for what it truly is. And here is what that powerful clarity will reveal to you. The greatest victory is not to destroy the person who betrayed you. It is to rebuild your own kingdom so magnificently, so powerfully, that their betrayal becomes nothing more than a footnote, a small, insignificant chapter in your much grander epic of resilience, growth, and triumph. People lie from a place of profound weakness, never from strength. They lie because they lack the courage to be honest, because they cannot face the consequences of their own actions, because they prefer the fragile comfort of an illusion to the solid ground of reality. And when you truly understand this, your righteous anger begins to transmute into something far more powerful, a blend of compassion and complete sovereign detachment. You can see the person who betrayed you not as a formidable enemy, but as a deeply flawed, fearful human being who made a series of terrible choices. And from that mountaintop perspective, you can walk away without carrying their poison in your heart. This weekend, Aries, your sacred ability to transform raw energy into focused power will be put to the ultimate test. This situation is designed to push you down one of two paths. Either you will allow your fire to rage out of control, burning bridges, and leaving you in a desolate landscape of bitterness, deciding that no one can be trusted, or you will channel that fire, using it to forge stronger boundaries and to open yourself even more deeply to your own truth. You will decide to use your powerful instincts, not to suspect everyone, but to be far more discerning about who you allow to stand next to you in battle. The second path is infinitely more challenging for your fiery spirit, but it is the only one that leads to true, lasting transformation. And transformation is the warrior's ultimate prize. You are not the sign that stays wounded on the battlefield. You are the sign that rises, that charges forward, that learns from the fight, and emerges stronger on the other side. This situation is another sacred opportunity to prove to yourself that you are capable of walking through fire and coming out not burned, but purified. Now I'm going to share something that might seem counterintuitive at first. The person who is lying to you is probably not your primary suspect. Aries tend to be wary of the overtly shady, the obviously untrustworthy. You can spot a direct competitor a mile away, but the deeply rooted lie that is set to be revealed this weekend likely comes from someone you have placed in the safe category. Someone who is in your mind above suspicion. Someone you trust so implicitly that it would never even occur to you to question their motives. Could it be that steadfast friend who has always seemed so fiercely loyal, that family member you believed was your unshakable foundation, that business partner who claimed to share your vision, that lover who swore absolute transparency? The mask has been fitted so perfectly, so seamlessly, that you never thought to question what lay beneath. But this weekend, that mask is going to slip. It will fall on its own, and when it does, you will be stunned, wondering how you could have possibly missed it. But please remember this: you didn't see it because you weren't meant to see it. Until now, you are only being granted this radical clarity because you are finally ready for it. The lie that has been festering in your life has a cosmic expiration date, and that date is stamped for this weekend. This isn't because you're going to turn into a detective and actively unearth it, although your curious and direct nature might certainly lead you to ask some pointed questions. It's because the lie itself is becoming unstable. It is set to self-destruct. All lies eventually do. They are like structures built on sand. They may stand for a season, but the inevitable tide of truth always comes to wash them away. They collapse under the weight of their own inauthenticity. And when this collapse happens, you will face two clear choices. You can try to salvage the wreckage, to rebuild the illusion, to find excuses for the person, and to convince yourself that it wasn't as bad as it seems. Many people do this because they prefer the familiar pain of a known lie to the vast uncertainty of an unknown truth. Or you can embrace the collapse. You can let the pieces fall where they may and see the rubble not as a disaster, but as the raw material you need to build something completely new, authentic, and unshakably real in your life. Over the weekend, pay hyper-vigilant attention to three specific areas. First, messages and communications. Something will arrive in written form, text and email, a social media post that reveals information not meant for your eyes. It will be the hard proof. Second, conversations between other people that you are meant to overhear. Someone will speak the truth, not knowing that your warrior's ears are within range. Third, and most importantly, for you Aries, your own physical reactions. Your body is a finely tuned instrument of truth, and it knows when it is in the presence of a lie. It will send you unmistakable signals, a surge of adrenaline, a knot of tension in your stomach, a feeling of restlessness or inexplicable agitation when you are near the person who is deceiving you. Do not dismiss these physical cues. They are your sacred internal alarm system, and it is working perfectly. You have an almost supernatural ability to sense the truth, but only when you allow that ability to function without the interference of your desire for things to be different. This weekend, I need you to strip away all the filters. Remove the "it can't be true" and the "they would never do that to me." Look at the raw, unfiltered reality. Just observe what is. And when the truth becomes undeniable, you must do the hardest thing an Aries will ever have to do: nothing. Not immediately. This is the single most critical piece of this entire cosmic message. When you discover the betrayal, your warrior's impulse will be to act dramatically, decisively, and immediately. To confront, to expose, to end it. But I promise you, decisions made in the heat of that fire often become deep regrets when the smoke clears. So when the revelation hits, you will breathe. You will take in the information. You will allow yourself to feel the full spectrum of your emotions, the rage, the pain, the shock, without acting on them. Give yourself the sacred gift of processing before you respond. This does not mean you are being passive. It does not mean you are letting them get away with it. It means you are being strategic. It means you are using your incredible emotional intelligence and personal power to respond in a way that protects your interests and preserves your dignity, instead of merely satisfying a primal urge for a confrontation. The person who betrayed you has already demonstrated that they operate from a place of weakness. Do not stoop to their level. Maintain your integrity, your class, and your power. Show them and the universe that you are far too magnificent to be diminished by someone so small. My dear Aries, you were born with a rare and beautiful gift, a spirit of radical honesty, a heart that craves directness, and an energy that inspires action. But this gift comes with a profound responsibility. When you are confronted with the ugliness of deceit, it can be tempting to use your fiery power as a weapon. But the true purpose of your strength is not to destroy others with the truths you discover. It is to protect yourself and to make conscious, empowered choices about who deserves a place by your side. The revelation this weekend will give you invaluable intelligence. Use this intel to build stronger, higher walls, not around your heart, but around your time, your energy, and your trust. Use it to refine your criteria for your inner circle and to surround yourself only with people who prove through consistent and honorable actions that they are worthy of your loyalty. Do not use this experience to punish all future allies for the sins of this one person. And I need to make this crystal clear, so please take this into the very core of your being. No matter how deeply someone betrays you, it can never ever diminish your intrinsic worth. You remain exactly as powerful, as brilliant, as deserving of love and loyalty as you have always been. Another person's poor choices are a reflection of their character, not a measure of your value. Here is a truth that will set you completely free. You do not need an apology. You do not need their confession, their remorse, or their acknowledgement of the pain they caused for you to move forward. Your healing process is not dependent on a single thing from them. It depends solely on your sovereign internal decision to no longer allow their toxicity to contaminate your magnificent future. This weekend, when the lie is finally dragged into the light, you will have the sacred opportunity to demonstrate what it truly means to be an evolved Aries. Not the stereotypical Aries, impulsive, hot-headed, and reckless, but the true Aries warrior king or queen. the one who can face the darkest truths without flinching, the one who has enough inner strength to be strategic even when hurt and powerful even when betrayed, the one who knows when to charge and when to hold the line. In the days leading up to this, take some time to fortify your spirit. Go for a run. Listen to music that makes you feel powerful. Write down your thoughts. Connect with that unshakable intuition. Prepare yourself emotionally to receive information that will challenge your current perception of reality. The more centered and grounded you are when the truth arrives, the more clearly you will be able to process what is happening without being consumed by it. And always remember, the universe is not revealing this lie to destroy you. It is revealing it to liberate you. Every truth that comes to light, no matter how painful it is in the moment, is a divine gift. It frees you from the prison of living an illusion. It gives you the immense power to make choices based on reality, not on fantasy. It allows you to align your life with what is true, not just with what was comfortable. The person who is lying to you almost certainly has a list of justifications for their actions. They probably believe on some level that they had valid reasons. But hear me on this, Aries, there is no justification. You do not deserve to be deceived. Period. There is no valid reason for building a relationship on a foundation of lies. And when someone chooses that path, they are showing you that they lack the maturity and integrity required to be in your magnificent life. During this time, you might also discover that other people knew about the lie and chose to remain silent. This can sting just as much as the initial betrayal, but try to understand that people have their own reasons for their silence, fear, misplaced loyalties, or simple cowardice. You will need to decide on a case-by-case basis who might deserve a second chance and who needs to be permanently removed from your battlefield. What I wish for you more than anything, my fiery friend, is that you get through this weekend with your magnificent essence not only intact, but brighter than ever. I want you to feel the pain because your feelings are real and valid, but I pray you do not allow that pain to turn you into someone bitter, that you see the betrayal for what it is, but you do not allow it to define all your future alliances, that you use your incredible power not to destroy, but to rebuild yourself, your confidence, and your capacity to forge authentic, powerful connections. The lie that will be revealed is just one scene in the epic movie of your life. It is not the entire story. You and you alone hold the power to decide how this chapter ends and how the glorious next one begins. And I have absolute faith that you will make choices that honor not the person who hurt you, but the extraordinary, unstoppable force of nature that you are and that you are becoming. If this message has found you today, it is no coincidence. It is because your soul knew it needed to prepare for the battle ahead. Share this with a fellow Aries who needs to hear it. This weekend will test you. It will challenge your ability to stay true to yourself in the face of falsehood. It will demand that you be a strategist when all you want to be is a warrior. But you will get through this because you are an Aries, and an Aries always survives, always rises, and always emerges more powerful on the other side. The lie will be revealed. The truth may hurt, but you will be reborn from the ashes of this pain, more authentic, wiser, and more magnificent than ever before. Prepare yourself, protect your fire, and trust that you have everything you need within you to weather this storm and find glorious victory on the other side.